to our show. We're just about to begin here, but before we do, we'd like to take a moment to talk to you about audience participation.
We will be encouraging you to be loud
and boisterous.
Let's show them how.
Right.
When we cue you thusly, you respond thusly.
Woo!
Alright, let's try it again, and this time the front row will get an extra special view.
Come on, people, let's make some noise!
I know, especially that lady right there.
Hi, gorgeous.
Lords and ladies, are you ready to hear
Sassy jokes,
Saucy innuendos.
sexy swordswomen spouting Shakespeare.
you want to see
Dangerous beauties,
Deadly duels.
daring damsels doing a damn fine job of kicking butts.
Do you want
Smoking hot babes,
Smoking hot swords.
smoking hot vixen on vixen action. You do realise we're referring to fight sequences, right? Right.
Lords and ladies, without further ado, we give you
Buxom women!
Playing Shakespeare.
Buxom women! Wielding weapons. Buxom women!
tempting fate.
We are Vixens on Garde!
And the crowd goes wild! Allow me to introduce the sexy swordswomen before you. To my right is former beauty queen Faire. She loves the finer things in life.
Fine dining, fine clothing, and a finely filled pair of men's tights.
To my left is our Amazon Hippolyta. She loves to bash things.
Hippolyta smash!
She did it again. She's also fond of
Kicking down doors.
Oh.
Conquering nations. Viking karaoke. And bubble baths.
and I am Calypso. And the leader of this gorgeous group of Blades for Hire. I love a good drink, I love a good fight, and I really, really love a good fudge sundae.
Right, and together we are that band of babes with blades for hire, the Vixens on Garde.
Today, we are going to perform for you William Shakespeare's
Henry V. And the first quarter was called
The Chronicle History of Henry V.
And in the first folio, The Life of Henry V. But we Vixens much prefer medieval Frenchy butt kicking with Henry V.
Shakespeare wrote a whopping 1,031 lines for the role of Henry V, exceeded only by Richard II,
1,151, and Hamlet 1,506.
which is quite a bit more than Meg's
Scottish King 716. There are 27,684 words in the play,
which is far too many for the time that we have here. So we are only going to perform the best bits, which are, of course,
the famous lines.
Oh, for a moose on fire!
We few, we happy few, we band of brothels.
Once more undo your breeches, dear friends, once more.
And let's not forget
The fighting!
the Battle of
The
Heartless!
Battle of Agincourt.
The Battle of the Leak! Well, it's not really a battle per se, more like fisticuffs between two minor characters over a common garden vegetable, which is, incidentally, the only onstage violence.
Wait, in a manly play about war, Shakespeare only wrote one onstage battle?
Yes, over a leak.
Yes!
Brilliant!
But we are putting the proverbial cart before the horse.
Or the leak before the vichyssoise, as the case may be.
You are correct, Hippolyta. This is a manly play.
A manly war play!
The most famous manly war play ever penned by Shakespeare.
This play is so manly.
How manly is it?
This play is so manly that just reading it gives you a six-pack.
This play is so manly that the mere mention of it causes women worldwide to swoon.
This play is so manly, it can bench press 350 pounds without breaking a sweat, and can still kick Marlowe's tambourine butt any day of the week. Henry Smash!
Oh! It is a manly war play about
With all this testosterone and band of brothering and battling, there really aren't very many women in the play at all.
Well, who have we?
Well, there is Queen Isabel.
Yes, but she only appears at the very end and she's rather boring.
Oh, Mistress Quickly. She's not boring in Act 2.
Yes, but by Act 5, she's died of the... Well, then, of course, there is Princess Catherine, the beautiful but linguistically challenged maiden that Henry takes as a trophy wife. Let's be honest, all the best parts in this play are written for men.
Which is why, in keeping with Vixen tradition, we shall play all of the male roles, and we're needing your help to play the Manly Man Armies.
Right. So, from here all the way over to here, you shall be the French. So you must learn to do this. So let's all try it together. Very nice. So your cue to taunt all of them thusly will be when I say, "You English pig dogs." Ready? You English pig dogs. Très bien. Now you just have to learn the French battle cry. So when I raise my fist, you all cry pamplemousse. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, pamplemousse. Very nice. Next time you raise your fist too with a silly accent. 1, 2, 3, pamplemousse. Very nice. What is so funny?
Well, it's just that in French, pamplemousse means grapefruit.
Well, it's so you're the native French speaker, so why don't you play all the French parts?
Oh no, Hippolyta, I think you are far more entertaining. All right, who here wants to see Hippolyta carry on with her hysterical faux Frenchiness? All right then, from here all the way over to here, you are the English, and we Brits love our ale. So when I say cheers, you reply cheers, and if you have a drink, please feel free to drink along with me. Ready? Cheers! 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 Henry V, the drinking game. Cheers! Cheers! No, I mean, put your hands together if you think that learning Shakespeare in school would have been so much more entertaining if they taught it like this. All right, you also have a line. When I cue you like this, and what do we do in the face of danger? You all reply with a very stiff upper lip. Keep calm and carry on. All right, ready? We'll do it all together. And what do we do in the face of danger? Keep calm and carry on. I will drink to that. Cheers. Cheers.
Lords and ladies, a little drum roll, if you please.
Without further ado, we present to you Henry V.
Shakespeare begins the play with an appeal to the audience's imagination in the Prologue.
Oh, for a moose on fire.
That can't be right, can it? I shouldn't think so. Try it again.
Oh, for a moose.
A muse?
A muse on fire.
Muse on fire?
That would be amusing.
Of fire. Of, not on. A muse running about with the hair on fire. Ah, wouldn't be very inspirational.
Oh, would it?
You look like a muppet.
The line is, oh, for a muse of fire. Shall I?
Please do.
Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention. A kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Then should the warlike Harry, like himself, assume the port of Mars, and at its heels leashed in like hounds should famine, sword, and fire crouch for employment.
Yeah! There it is.
But pardon, gentles all, the flat and raised spirits that have dared on this unworthy scaffold to bring forth so great an object. Can this cockpit hold the vasty fields of France?
If you know what I mean.
Or may we cram within this wooden O the very casks that did affright the air at Agincourt?
If you know what I mean.
Oh, pardon, and let us, ciphers to this great pot, on your imaginary forces work. For 'tis your thoughts that now must deck our kings, carry them here and there, jumping all times, turning the accomplishments of many years into an hourglass. For the which supply, admit me, chorus to this history, who prologue like your humble patience pray, gently to hear, kindly to judge our play.
transport you back to medieval England.
Where the political situation is tense after bitter civil war and the death of King Henry IV. His son Henry, cheers!
Cheers!
Has now lived down his wild adolescent past by giving up his history and friends, his whoring, and his drinking.
What?
Yes, he gives them all up in favor of being crowned king.
Give me that. Victory is mine!
Oh, give me that!
Over my dead body.
Look, you're just going to have to give it up to play the king.
Woo!
Don't make me go all ninja on your ass.
Yes!
One must suffer for one's hurt.
The only suffering that's going to happen around here is yours if you take away my tankard!
Only thing missing now is the jello.
It is interesting to note that the previous exchange is a physical manifestation of Henry's inner Gestalt dialogue. His psyche struggled to transform from irresponsible boy to noble leader. In other words,
If I want to be king, I can't carouse.
No.
Not even.
No.
Just a little.
no. But we can still go out for drinks after the show. I'm buying!
Deal.
Using Canterbury's explanation of Salic law as justification, Henry lays claim to France. But the French Dauphin mocked Henry's kingship and authority by sending him tennis balls as a token of his idle youth.
Sit! And one of these!
You English pig dogs. And what do we do in the face of tennis balls and danger? Keep calm and carry on. Fear not, good Englishmen. When we have matched our rackets to these balls,
If you know what I mean.
we will, by God's grace in France, player set shall strike his father's crown into the hazard.
Infuriated, Henry rallies the English to launch an invasion of France.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your rears. Ears? Yes! Because if I asked you for your rears, that would be rather naughty. I mean, not that I wouldn't do that, mind you. Take that fellow, for instance, right there, with a rather long sword. I noticed when he walked in, he had a particularly lovely bum.
Calypso.
No, really, I'm telling you,
Calypso.
very round.
Calypso.
Show. Right, where was I?
Rallying the troops.
And now the chorus transports us to Act 2.
Thus with imagined wing our swift scene flies. No! Now all the youth of England are on fire.
If you know what I mean.
Now thrive the armourers, and honour's thought reigns solely in the breast of every man. For now sits expectation in the air. The king is set from London, and the scene is now transported, gentles, to Southampton.
Where Henry's former drinking buddies, Bardolph's pistol and Nym, are lamenting the passing of Falstaff, who incidentally has died right after pledging sobriety.
Ha! What? See? See what? Drinking happy Falstaff, not drinking dead Falstaff. Give me back my tankard.
Calypso, we talked about.
Tankard or the puppets die.
Right.
Thank you. Cheers!
And now the chorus transports us to Act 3.
Thus with imagined wing our swift scene flies. Work, work your thoughts, and therein see a siege. Do you see it? Do you see it? Really squint. Try a little harder.
Tis what he hath said. Tis what she hath said. Always shout.
Try and imagine. King Henry and his army of Brits, including Bardolph, Pistol and Nym, as well as a league-loving Welsh captain named Llewellyn, all riding up to French... Not yet! All riding up to French castle gates.
Hello!
Hello?
Hello? Who is it?
It is I, King Henry. These are my knights. There, Captain Llewellyn, and this my chorus.
Hallelujah!
What castle is this?
This is Hafler.
Bless you. Now, go and tell your master to open the gates. We have been sent by God on a quest to make me King of France.
Well, I'll ask him, but I don't think he'll be very keen. He's already got one, you see.
What?
He says they've already got one.
Are you sure he's got one?
Oh, oui, but the fun of France, he's very nice. I told him we've already got one.
Well, if you will not open your gates, we shall take your castle by force.
You don't frighten us, you English pig dogs. Go and boil your buttons, you son of a silly peasant! You so-called Henry King! You and all of your English kniggets!
What a strange person.
Listen, I command you to this... I don't want to talk to you no more! You empty-headed animal foot-trap wiper! I fart in your general direction! Your mother was a hamster, and your father sniffed a elderberry!
Is there someone else up there we can talk to?
No! Now go away! I shall be forced to talk to you a second time! Now listen, this is your last chance. You do not open... The calabash! What? The calabash! I command you, in the name of myself, to open those gates.
Forsooth, thou taunted from the safety of thy walls, but come down here and kiss my English butt. I mean my cold British steel. I dare you. I double dare you. I triple dog dare you.
Prepare to die, English kniggets!
Next, Henry rallies the troops and gives one of the most famous manly war speeches Shakespeare ever penned.
Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, nothing so becomes a man as modest, stillness, and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood.
If you know what I mean.
Disguise fair nature with hard-favoured rage, and repeat after me. For Harry, England, and St. George.
For Harry, England, and St. George.
Once more with feeling. For Harry, England, and St. George. I'll drink to that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Is this where we do the league fight?
Not yet. This is half.
Oh, for Harry, England, and St. George.
How dare you! I'll get you for that one.
Oh, not the nuggets.
Vive la France! Those ladies around the applause!
The war rages on, leaving casualties on both sides, including a great number of Frenchmen and Englishmen, such as Bardolph and Nin, who are caught looting and are hanged. Hanged. Pistol, however, remains alive long enough for one last scene before he deserts.
Is this where we do the league fight?
Yes.
Lords and ladies, are you ready? Let's get ready to rumble! In this corner, weighing in at an impressive for a minor character 62 lines, insult heavyweight champion, Pistol! And in this corner, the undisputed champion of unintelligible accents, Welshman Llewellyn! Hooray! Begin!
I beseech you heartily, scurvy, lousy knave, and my desires and my requests and petitions to eat, look you, this lake, because, look you, you do not love it, I would desire you to eat it.
No! Hot gah! Ha! Not for Cadwallader and all of his gods! Oh. Ha! Ha!
This is one god for you. Oh, eat your victuals. Come, there is sauce for it. Oh, bite, I pray you.
Pistol smash! By this leak, I shall have my revenge!
Oh no! He's flinging him into the ropes! Boing!
If you can mock a leak, you can eat a leak.
Oh no! He's going for the sleeper hold! It's over!
Nothing like a good old-fashioned manly wrestling match to get you in the mood for a good old-fashioned manly war.
Lords and ladies, are you ready for the
Battle of Agincourt?
I said, are you ready for the
Battle of Agincourt? Lords and ladies, a big round of applause for our volunteers! As you are brave warriors, you will be needing these. And now you are the cannon fodder, the standard bearers.
All right, everyone gather round and put your right hand in. Right hand. Here we go. Agincourt on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Agincourt! Good.
King Henry invaded Normandy with 10,000 men, but after the much longer than expected siege at Harfleur, he had lost almost half his troops.
Oh, crap.
So he and his armies marched to Calais, from whence they intended to sail back to England. However, the French raced ahead, thereby cutting off the English at Agincourt.
And stop!
Dun, dun, dun!
Hello, Deputy English Connecticut and Monsieur Henry King, who has the brain of a duck, you know. Stop! We're French fellows out with you a second time.
Verily, this doth sucketh the mighty kahuna.
Early on the morning of October 25th, St. Crispin's Day, 6,000 English faced 30,000 French.
Forsooth, the odds of 5 to 1 doth sucketh. Yet, verily, it maketh us all the more badass. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he who sheds his blood for me today shall be my brother. And if you actually survive the battle, just think of all the stories you can tell. They're going to love it back there, and they're going to post all these pictures on Facebook. You just wait and see. Cheers!
Cheers!
The two armies faced one another across a muddy field.
Come this way. Listen to me, you lean-witted, tiresome frog pizzle. I command you in the name of, well, myself, to yield the French throne.
No chance, English bedwetting taps. I call your throne-yielding request a silly thing. You tiny-brained wiper of other people's bottoms.
Pluck you.
Perhaps this would be a good time to explain the origin of giving the finger.
You see, our shows are educational.
The French started to punish all captured English by cutting off their middle fingers, without which it is impossible to draw the
Renowned English longbow, which is commonly made of wood from the yew tree.
Y-E-W, not Y-O-U.
So the act of drawing the longbow is referred to as plucking yew.
After the battle, the triumphant Brits flaunted their still-attached middle digits by offering a
one-fingered salute
and crying,
"See, we can still pluck you!"
Now, saying pluck you after a couple of pints is almost as difficult as saying pleasant mother pheasant plucker. So eventually the plosive evolved into the labiodental fricative,
if you know what I mean.
back to the battle. Right! King Henry ordered his armies to the narrowest parts of the field. Eager for glory and a quick victory, the flower of French chivalry charged in ahead of schedule.
Pamplemousse en toi! In, deux, trois!
Pamplemousse!
The English archers raised their longbows, crafted by Master Fletcher, Lord Nerf.
Say hello to my little friend. All right, all of you out there, when I fire, you shout, pluck you. Ready?
Then loose their arrows.
Pluck you!
Terrible! And again!
Here we go. Wait for it.
The anticipation is almost as bad! And again!
All right, third time's the charm. Here we go.
Pluck you!
We rule.
My hand! Over here! Oh, terror! The French cavalry was decimated by Henry's nerf bows, as were the next two waves of French men-at-arms, who were further slowed by mud, the narrowness of the field, and their own dead and dying. For 3 hours, the two armies clashed and fought, and it was raining.
Bring on the siege weapons!
Due to budget cuts, the role of the siege weapons in tonight's performance will be played by our volunteers.
You there, Captain. Load this cannonball. Fire! Have a nice day!
My head was nearly killed! You there! Reload my trebuchet! Fetchez les squeaks! Tirez! Fetchez les pets!
Oh no, pets!
Tirez!
Stop for cover! Oh, good lord, it's raining cats and dogs! How like a frog to bring domestic pets to a water balloon fight. All right, you there, Captain. Load that catapult. Fire! Hit my catapult, you cheese-eating surrender monkeys! Reload! Fire! Oh! Collateral damage!
After a soggy defeat, the French finally ceded to the English, and so ends the Battle of Agincourt. couldn't agree more. Why couldn't we three do the whole
How can the three of us be an entire battle?
Well, I know. Why don't you just put these on, all right? All right, I shall continue to play Henry, and I'll just use this handy-dandy shield over here. And, well, since he was vastly outnumbered by all the French, you two play all the French.
All the French?
Yes, all the French.
How will the audience understand?
How will they tell us apart?
Look, The Walking Dead.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I get it.
Right.
Here we go, the Battle of Agincourt. For Harry, England, and St. John! No, I have you! Oh! Hi! What is that? And so ends the bow. What is that? Mini battle? And so ends the battle. Boot to the head. And so ends. Are we really going there? All right. With sound effects. I've always wanted to do this.
I know.
And so ends the infamous, historically accurate Battle of Agincourt.
At the end of the play, King Henry of England and Princess Catherine of France were wed and united the two countries in peace and prosperity. And a bit of the old bow chicka bow wow to boot. Never was there a more manly man myth than this our play of King Henry V.
Is it hot up here or is it just me? Lords and ladies, you've been a fantastic audience. We love performing for you. If you would like to stay in touch with us or post incriminating photos, you can find us on the Book of Face.
Punk us!
We love performing for you. So if you loved watching us, please feel free to give us a big tip. If you know what I mean. We will gratefully accept 5s and 10s in those tip jars and 20s right here. I'm Calypso.
I'm Hippolyta.
I'm Hera.
And we are Vixens.